So there's the Bustard Islands there. And today I beelined it down all the way southwest to Lonely Island. We're right around here. Well, we landed on Lonely Island. That must have been 4:30 p.m. I think it's July 4th today, Wednesday. And we left Bustard Islands around 7:30 this morning. Just headed basically just southwest. I think it was 230 degrees. And just made a straight line for here, basically. And yeah, it was about 60 kilometers. Well, I'm not 100% sure I'm going to be able to depart Lonely Island in the morning. I planned on getting up at crack of dawn and heading south to Tobermory. Having a look around there and picking up a few supplies. But the wind's really picked up in the last little while. I think this island, it guards itself. And so here, the only decision now I have to make is, do I want to keep going further south and kind of circumnavigate the bay and get into like Nottawasaga Bay, which I don't really want to go into. Or do I make the long crossing across Georgian Bay at one of its widest places, and I can keep coming and end up at the McCoys, which is where I would have been anyway. So that would be a long day. That's a long paddle. Well, I think we've decided to stay put for the day. We've been up since about 5:30 getting ready. It's probably almost 7:30ish now. Just checking the weather and seeing what's going on out here. It'll be a little bit of a rough ride because I want to cover 40 or 50 kilometers today to get to Tobermory, depending on my route. So I've been 50-50 all morning whether we should shove off or not. The Monarch's portage down to the point down that way where it's got a bit of shelter so I could actually get on the water. So we better just err on the side of caution and hang out here for a while. Rather that than err on the side of going out and getting in trouble. Especially because I'm just by myself out here. So, the plan for today is Reg and I are going to get ready soon and get a backpack and some food and stuff, and we're going to walk around the perimeter of Lonely Island. So let's do our plan B and just explore the island today. Hey bud, what do you think? You don't want to go out in this either, do you? You want to go for a walk? Should we go for a walk today? Sure. There you go. You a good boy? So that's our plan today. Well, I think we made a good decision by sticking around the island today. I know it probably doesn't look like it on the camera, but there are some pretty big whitecaps out there that I'd just as soon not tangle with today. Hey Reg, you want to go for a walk, pal? Want to come for a walk? Oh, we're gonna head to the canoe, and that's where I've got some of the gear that I want to take for the walk today. So I hadn't realized, I don't think I'd filmed all the concrete pathways that are left over from the lighthouse. So I'll just film some of that while I'm walking there. Oh, where'd my dog go? There he is. This walkway just connected some different buildings and outbuildings. Maybe that was a water pump or something, or some more foundation. Oh, I know what I need to film. That's the little thing I saw this morning that I hadn't seen before. It's pretty funny, actually. I think it was right here. Yeah, that's funny. Somebody had a sense of humor when they were building the place. Come on, Reggie, over here. So this is where I portaged the canoe through along this path this morning. Just, yeah, I thought I'd even put the canoe in here. But it was a little rough here too, so. So we just carried down over here. There was one little calm spot where I could get on the water. Yeah, I think I'll start, when we start our walk, we're just going to walk clockwise around the island. Enjoy the morning sun. And just follow this trail as far as we can. Yeah, see what I mean? This was the only real option I had of a place I could put in. Well, we just bushwhacked our way for a couple hours. Actually, I don't know how long it was, but it was so thick and dense and just brought to a standstill most of the time. Just because I had to bypass a corner of the island where the shoreline was just too steep and it wasn't passable walking. And then I just happened to come out at this spot, which I thought was pretty unusual, just to have a big clear-cut section like this. Then when I walked around the corner, I remember there is a marker buoy, or not a buoy, but a marker sign on the corner of the island. So obviously this is cut down just for, I don't know, I guess visibility or access to it when they need it or something like that. Yeah, at first I just thought, wow, this is really unusual. Because from the water, when you paddle by, you don't see any of the stumps or anything. You just think it's more rock piled up. Well, we're almost back to our campsite on Lonely Island. Been walking around. We left around 8. It's about 2 p.m. now. And yeah, what a great little island to walk around. It's pretty nice, actually. It's a fun way to spend the day. But it's kind of like 75% walking on the worst cobblestone road that you've ever been on in your entire life. And 25% was probably the worst bushwhack through the thickest brush and scrub and whatever else is up there. Cedar trees, and yeah, that really brought things to a grind, but that's okay. It was all part of the fun. Like I said, we're almost back to the camp, and I found something really interesting washed up on shore. Someone's pedal boat blew over here, and it's back on shore pretty well. Just for fun. I'm gonna see if it's seaworthy. Okay, let's drag this to the water. It's a really dumb thing to do. I guess this is what it's like to own a roto-molded kayak. Oh baby, there we go. Had to get my backpack and my dog. The pedal drive. There's only one half to it. I thought I could make it work with just pedaling from the one side, but it just keeps getting jammed up. So, he ain't gonna work. And, as you can notice, the conditions have improved by like 110% since we've been gone today. So this would have been the perfect afternoon to paddle to Tobermory. Sons of bitches. When can you ever trust the weather report? Well, I wasn't going by the weather report. It was blowing pretty hard. But it cleared up nice. God. Tomorrow, for sure. I have a feeling this weather will last for the next couple days. So we'll be in Tobermory first thing tomorrow morning. I'm going to leave as early as possible. I figured this walk on these rocks would be kind of hard on Reggie's paws. I think his paws were a little raw already from just running around on them the last couple days. So I've taken on a passenger. Rather than make him walk the rest of the way, I'm just going to carry him. Let him relax. He actually seems pretty good back there. He's never been in there before. Hey pal, good boy. I'm just having a quick little look around just to see if I can find that little dog cemetery. It's supposed to be out here somewhere. I did see a couple rabbits earlier, so there are some rabbits out here. Not sure what this says, the A-frame. Maybe that was part of the original house that was built down here. And I just found the dog grave. Susie was 12. Blackie, 1973 to October 27th, 1981. Well, Blackie didn't live too long. Wonder what happened to him. Oh, one of the boards is falling down. Gotta tack that back together. There, it's all back together. Good for another 40 years. Can't believe this has been here since June 27th, 1977. Hey Reg, what do you think? You'll be in there someday. Yes, sir. Reggie's in a sleeping position down there. He likes to get in between my knees and my legs. It's kind of a pain when I want to roll on my side, but that's okay. Probably have an early night tonight. Heard a song on the radio today, listening to the AM radio. It was a Stompin' Tom Connors tune. It's all about him trying to find his girlfriend and trying to track her down all around Georgian Bay. So he was mentioning places like she's been in Espanola, she's been in Little Current, and Tobermory. And then there was a line in it that said something like, "Looks like I'll be spending the night on Lonely Island tonight." And what are the chances of that? The one guy who happens to be actually sleeping on Lonely Island hears some obscure Stompin' Tom Connors tune in which he specifically mentions that he'll be spending the night on Lonely Island. Yeah, I got a kick out of that. That was a big coincidence. I'll have to look up that song when I get home. This is Flowerpot Island. We just touched down. We left at 6:30 this morning and got here right at 11:30. So not too bad. I think it was about 35 kilometers or so. Around the corner is the actual flower pots and the beach, and there's more people over there. I just wanted to take a little break here for a minute. Yeah, the crossing from Lonely Island, can't see it from here, but that was pretty good. It blew up a little bit, and around the middle the channel was getting kind of rough, but yeah, it wasn't that bad at all. So we just kept on trucking. I'm going to stay here for a little while, just kill a bit of time, and then I'm going to go into Tobermory, and then after that we'll get on with the rest of our day and see where we end up tonight. I'm just going to keep heading southish. Well, after I get around, what is it, Cabot Head, Cabot Point. Actually, that might even be a good spot to try and find a place for the night, so I will keep you posted.